First saw him, I knew it was love at first sight. You're laughing at me now, but it was. I remember my nana saying how she felt when she first saw Grampy, and she said it was like a bolt of lightning jagging straight through her. And that's what I felt when I first saw Graham. He walked into the office, and I just knew. A bolt of lightning. Mr. Andrews introduced him. Mr. Andrews is the office manager. I don't like him. He reckoned it was me who put Wee Wee in the water dispenser at the Christmas party, but I mean, really? I may have been drunk, but I wouldn't do something like that. It's probably the boys from the post room. Sorry, I'm digressing. Mr. Andrews said, "Listen, everyone, this is a new member of our scheduling team, Graham." No, Mr. Andrews didn't speak like that. He's Scottish, but, well, I can't do a Scottish accent. He also had this boil behind his ear, and it pushed it right out, so it looked like he was indicating to turn right. I looked at him, Graham, I mean, not Mr. Andrews, and he looked at me. And he blushed. I don't think I blushed. Well, at least I hope I didn't. He looked so innocent and vulnerable, like Bambi with a collar and tie. And I knew at that moment that I loved him. Well, then I had a spot of luck. Mr. Andrews said, "I want someone to show Gordon around the IT system." "It's Graham," Graham said. "Pull up a chair," I said. So I went through all the various transactions that he needed to know, and he listened, hanging on my every word. At one point, we both reached for the mouse, and our hands touched at the same time, and it wasn't an accident. He smiled and I smiled, and that's when I knew he felt the same as me. We'd spend our breaks together through the week, chatting and getting to know each other a bit better every day. Well, he said he loved cheese. Now, I don't, I hate it. I mean, why would you want to eat something that smells like feet? But when I told him that, he laughed, and his eyes sort of sparkled with blue. Well, I asked to be his friends on Facebook, and, well, he accepted straight away. I don't post much on there, and neither does he, but I did see some photos that he uploaded of his holidays when he was in Greece last year, and he looks so handsome. I imagined that I was there with him. Perhaps we could go to Greece on our honeymoon. Well, on Thursday, I wore my yellow mini skirt, and he couldn't take his eyes off me. Everything about him was perfect. His voice, the way he dressed, the way he smiled. I knew that I loved Graham. Like, I felt it in my heart. I know I'll get to it. Be patient. This is my story. So next, I started asking around about him. I didn't want to try anything too public in the office, you know. I found out he went drinking to the Wheelhouse in town centre, the new pub just past the town hall. So I started going there every night, just for a couple of hours. Well, it was Friday before he finally showed up. It was the first time that I'd seen him without his collar and tie, and he looked casual, but like smart casual, like he wasn't really trying. "Hello," I said to him. "Fancy meeting you here." "Hi, Sally, isn't it?" You see, he remembered my name. "I haven't seen you in here before." I asked him if he wanted a drink, and then this woman showed up. Blonde, big tits, and she put his arm through his. "This is my girlfriend, Katie." Girlfriend. It was obvious that it was nothing serious. Even with her there, he couldn't take his eyes off me. They went and sat down. But even when I was watching them from a distance, I could see he was looking out for me. At the end of the night, I followed them home. It was a nice house, but I didn't expect anything different. They both went inside. She didn't come out. I waited, but she didn't come out. I went home and checked again on Facebook. Found her amongst his friends. Katie. Oh, she was a nurse. Lots of pictures of her. Some with him. She had no right to be with him. I hated her. I drove back there the following morning, and when he came out, he was on his own. I expect I'd just missed her leaving the night before. Well, I watched him get in his car. It was a nice car, and I followed him. He drove to the market, and I could tell he was really pleased to see me again. I asked him if he'd like to go for a cup of tea, but he said no. It was her, I expect. He was afraid of upsetting her. I followed him while he did some shopping. He didn't see me. And I went to his house again that night, stayed outside and watched. I watched for her. Same on Sunday, and this time she showed up. Well, I had to tell her it wasn't fair on him. She was by the gate, and I called out, "Excuse me." And she looked around. "It's about Graham," I said. "You need to stop bothering him. Leave him alone." She said, "Who the hell do you think you are?" Really sarcastic like. "Well, leave Graham alone," I said. "He doesn't love you. He loves me." And she looked at me and laughed. Just laughed. "Oh, I know your name. You were in the wheelhouse on Friday night. Graham told me about you. You're that weird piece who keeps bothering him in work. He said you showed up again at the market yesterday. Have you been stalking him?" "Leave him alone," I said. "He doesn't love you. He loves me." And I went up to her just to tell her, and she pushed me. She pushed me away, and I fell and I hurt my arm. Well, that's assault. That's against the law. And then she started laughing again. Laughing at me, laughing at Graham, laughing at our love for each other. And she shouted, "You stupid mad bitch, stay away from us, or next time I'll really hurt you." She shouldn't have laughed. Not like that. She shouldn't have laughed. Well, on Monday in the office, Graham was angry. He told me to leave him alone. He wouldn't speak to me. Well, I tried to tell him I was sorry. "I'm sorry, Graham. I'm sorry. Please, please forgive me." But it was her. It was all down to her. She's poisoned him against me. I'd make her pay. I'd get rid of her. And then we could always be together. Always. Buying the bleach was easy. I put some of it into a washing up liquid bottle and waited outside his house. She showed up. I got out of the car. I wasn't afraid. She saw me and she laughed again. I warned you, nutter. Keep away or this time I'll hurt you. I didn't speak. She went to ring the doorbell and I squirted it straight in her ugly face. She started screaming. Screaming, "No, my eyes, my eyes! I can't see, help me!" And this time it was my turn to start laughing. Laughing at her, stumbling around, blind. It was so funny. That'll teach you. And now he'll be mine. Now he'll be mine. The door opened and it was Graham. Look, Graham, look what I did for us. But he just stood there for a moment. And then he went back inside and I followed him. I kept calling after him. Graham, you're free. He picked up his phone. You're insane, he said. What have you done? No, Graham, I did it for us. I did it for you. Graham, well, he hit me. He hit me in the face. Get away from me or I'll kill you, he said. I'll bloody kill you, you lunatic. And I saw the knife on the sideboard and I saw his blood on my hands and I didn't even know I'd done it. I didn't mean to hurt him. I love him. I loved him. Did the machine get all that? This tea's horrible. I like you, though. Detective Sergeant Vickers, was it? What was your first name? Oh, the strong silent type, is it? I was watching you. You can't stop thinking about me, can you? Do you know? Do you think we could go out for dinner maybe on Friday? Do you believe in love at first sight?
Chap, am I? Then she broke away from me, backed off to the bed, and beckoned me toward her. Doris Slow Loris has been the sum total of my success since I joined the One True Love dating agency. For the more discerning, mature person,